I know we all have that one favorite sim of ours. The one that gets all of our best storyline ideas, the one that we're shopping for CC for, the one that we reserve wholesome and cozy gameplay for because we just want them to live their best lives. For me, that sim is Ida Muniz. I love her to bits, and I created her sometime July last year, so in 2024. And being so enamored that I am with her, you would think that I would have played with her a lot, that, you know, she'd already aged up by now and she's like an old lady and has this big family. Well, that's not exactly true. Since last year, July, I've only played with her for about 28 sim days.
Bruh.
I like to put some of this blame to bugs that I've encountered in the game and life events that have just kept me from playing. But if I'm honest with myself, the real reason has been my fear of letting go, I think. So much so that when I would finally boot up her game and actually play, I'd rather just be on pause and, you know, look at her and bask in all of her potential instead of actually pressing play and letting her inch closer to her last day. So instead, I've been planning her life, daydreaming, plotting. I've been building up this beautiful future in my head. It's great to be prepared, but what's the point if I don't press play, right? I actually created a video about this on how I finally was able to move on. I just had to do a bit of a mindset change. I'll leave that video linked down below. But now, in the last few weeks, I've been having so much fun actually playing with Ida. Progress has still been slow. You know, I've been, enjoying planning her wedding and taking the photos and also enjoying, some of that daydreaming about what's to come. But I've definitely made a lot more progress than I would say I've made with her since. So lots of big milestones and life events have been checked off. A part of my gameplay with Ida that has been a lot of fun has been collecting her memories and putting them together in her family album that I created for her in Canva. The first place where I like to save everything I know about Ida and her memories are in the Sim Guardian. So as you can see here, this is her profile. So where I have, her goals, her relationships stuff collected, but also her latest memories. I've already collected most of them in that album I just now mentioned, but there are a couple that I want to add. Like, for example, I want to add about the move that she just made from Evergreen Harbor to San Myshuno, and I want to collect memories in my album about the housewarming party. Because the thing is, I love the way I can collect memories in my Sim Guardian. As you can see, if I click on a card and I open that card up in full page, I have a summary of all the details about everyone who showed up. I have the date that it happened, the place, all that stuff, and I have the little memories and their photos all organized, and that is great, but it's not the most creative way to save her memories. And so I've actually found a way in Canva to collect all these screenshots and create like a kind of storybook journal diary kind of thing, and it's been really fun. I actually save an embedded version in my Sim Guardian as well for reference, so in the legacy profile here, I just navigate to the generation 1 because it's an album for her first generation of the Muniz legacy. So if I click on here, then I open that up and I open the family history. As you can see here, I have that album. So I can just click through it from within my Sim Guardian, which is pretty neat. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. I want to actually introduce you to Ida via this little album I've created for her because I think it's just cute and I want you to really see that in full view. So I'll just open that up right now. What I really love about Canva is how flexible it is. You can add different fonts, different colors, of course. You can use the elements from Canva, which are super useful. They have different papers and different stickers and whatnot so that you can really embellish your screenshots and really tell a story with them on the page. From scratch, I created a template to make this look more realistic and actually have like a scrapbook feel because I love how, as you can see, I can flip through it and it's so fun. And I have the little tabs here that I can navigate in between. So if I click on them, I navigate to different sections. And so I really love this. And I also created my own little patterns and stuff like that with some papers and whatnot. And yeah, I just think it's super cute. So I'm just gonna flip through so that you can get to know Ida a little bit better. So here we have her little profile page in this little journal. We have, of course, her name, we have her different traits, we have her Enneagram personality type, because I am definitely very much a fan of the Enneagram type, which I feel really helps you wrap your mind around the type of person your sim could be. And, from there you can flesh it further out. The type 9 personality in the Enneagram framework is the diplomat, so they're very much peace-seeking, they're good with many people. And I'll just read her biography that I wrote here real quick. So she says, I used to overwork myself trying to be enough, but now I just want a life that feels like me. My dream is to open a salon that makes people feel seen and beautiful, but also gives them a space to breathe. I'm loyal, thoughtful, and I value peace. I don't need the spotlight, I just want to build something that matters. So that's what Ida's all about. Ever since she moved to Evergreen Harbor, she wanted to get kind of away from that workaholic lifestyle. I don't know if she'll actually manage to do that now that she's opening her own business and she does not get married, wants to build a family. So we'll see how she juggles being a mom and having her own business, all that. But her husband is definitely helping her out. He's going to be an employee in the business, so I think they'll make it work. And then I have a little about me section with a photo strip of some moments in her life, her with her mom, which I love. And again, as you can see, this is what I really love about Canva. This is a little photo frame where you can just drop in photos, and in our case, screenshots. These are all different, either stickers, papers I made, so those little colorful ones I made, or this light blue one here, this craft paper here, all from Canva. So super fun. But as you can see, her hobbies are yoga and painting. Her favorite person is her mom. She would like to open up her own salon as her dream. So as soon as that's done, I'll definitely add a little check mark here. And she likes R&B and mid-century deco. So that's her profile in a nutshell. And now on to her diary. I won't read every little snippet from her diary because it's quite a lot, but I will definitely leave a link below so that you can read through it all in your own time. But it starts, of course, with the first day of the year, so week 1, spring. So here you can see I've collected quite a bit of what's gone on in her life. Day 1, of course, she moved to Evergreen Harbor. That was when I first started playing her last year in July. And then, some things happened throughout the week. She met up with her mom. She found new friends and ended up going for lunch with her now very best friend, Estefania. They went on a date. It turns out they were bestest friends. And then she went out clubbing. And then she went to a studio and did some yoga, was in the sauna. She even had a little first kiss with a guy she met. And then the week after that, she decided with Malik, also bestest friend. So this is like already the second person that she kind of had this lovey relationship start, but it didn't really quite work out. And then Love Struck came out, so of course I tried out Cupid's Corner. That wasn't as successful, but she ended up liking the drinks at the bar nevertheless, where they ended up going. And then finally on day 11, she found the one. Of all people, it was Michael Bell, the hermit from Granite Falls. But they just hit it off. She really liked him. I think she also met him over Cupid's Corner, but that really worked out well. He was smitten as well. He did not hide his feelings and was not shy about it, and she loved that. And yeah, they moved in soon after. So he moved into her place. And the week after that, so week 3, I'm finally making some good progress. Ida went over to her parents' house. This was, I think, when Life and Death came out. And so I tried the family recipe. And so this is Ida's mom's. So her name is Verona. Verona is Ida's mom. And she has this fish dinner, which is her family recipe. And Ida made that together with her parents, with her dad Ivar and her mom Verona, and so that was fun. And then soon after that, Michael serenaded her in the park. They had a lovely time, and they also had a romantic getaway in Ciudad Enamorada, where Michael popped the question. So day 19, so what, they've known each other for like 8 days or something like that, and yeah, they just knew. Okay, when you know, you know. And finally, week 4, Ida, of course, had to spill the beans and share with her friends the good news, and so she had a girls' night out where she also asked her best friend Estefania if she wanted to be her best maid. What do you call the bridesmaid? What do you call them? The woman that stands by your side when you get married. Bridesmaid? I think bridesmaid. And she said yes. And then I actually have a bit of Estefania's story in here as well. So she ended up going out on a date with Alberto, which went really well. They went on a second date, and then day 26, a Thursday, Ida and Michael had their wedding day. It was gorgeous. There will be more pictures to come in this journal, no worries. And then Friday, day 27, was their moving day. Ida moved from Evergreen Harbor to San Myshuno together with Michael. And oh, by the way, little hint if you're looking for a sim for an NPC with monies, Michael wasn't only an absolute sweetheart, he also came with 200 grand. So when I moved him into the household with Ida, he had money. So that's how they were able to afford this lovely abode, which is multi-purpose. I'll get more into that, but it's thanks to his cash on hand, she was able to make her dream a reality a lot sooner than expected. But since then, I've also played day 28, and so I want to fill the journal with those pictures and basically update it. But I also have a section in this journal with memories. So let me flip through those really quickly. Again, you can check the link below if you want to really take your time and read through all of the little things, the little details. Here I have a spread dedicated to Ida's first apartment because this is something I want to remember. Again, I have everything, of course, saved in my Sim Guardian as well, but it's nice to just have it on the page, spread out so creatively and all that. So as you can see, Ida likes color, or may I say I like color, so Ida likes color. And that's how I so I downloaded this lot from the gallery and then I just furnished it slightly different. I think this living room is mostly the same, the kitchen as well. I just changed some small things, but this dining room set I'm really proud of because I just love how mixy matchy it is and how colorful it is. And then of course, they were in Ciudad Enamorada, like I mentioned before. They had their holiday where I of course took a bunch of pictures. They did a lot of sightseeing. They hung out with each other. They had a lot of quality time. It was really special. And then of course, Michael proposed. Ida said yes. And they also met some cool people in Ciudad Enamorada. So here's Brooklyn, and I forget the other name. These girls were actually invited to Ida's wedding as well. So it was really nice to meet some new people in that world and have Ida's friend circle grow a little bit more. And then there's my favorite section of the journal so far, Ida's wedding. So I have here a little poem. It says, "It is the kind of love I offer you, not the kind that breaks things open, but the kind that knits them closed. A steady, threadbare kind of love that stays. The one that makes the bed, the one that waits at the door, the one that listens, not to reply, but to hear." This is a poem by William Stafford called To Stay, and I just thought that was super cute. And I thought, why not? Obviously, in the game, when people get married, you can't choose a poem to dedicate to them or to dedicate their marriage or something like that, but I don't know. I just think it's so cute. I found this poem online and I thought it was just perfect. It's so soft and subtle, just like these two are. Not too flamboyant, just, yeah, simple, pure love, and I just had to add it. So let's dive into the wedding part of this journal. So I kept it quite simple. I just basically collected the screenshots, added these little photo corners, and I just really liked the traditional look that this gave the album in that moment. I thought that was very fitting for wedding photos. And I also added here and there a few little descriptions. For example, her mom, of course, wasn't sad crying, she was happy crying. I just wanted to make that clear here. Malik was invited. Those girls, like I mentioned, from the Ciudad Enamorada were there, and all of her other friends were there as well, so it was really nice. This girl didn't want to sit down. That was quite annoying for the photos, but it is what it is. And then here the two are saying their vows, exchanging rings, and of course having their first kiss as newlyweds. Oh my god, I love these photos so much, so gorgeous. And then more photos outside after they were married, just, so you can see Ida's fit, absolutely gorgeous wedding dress, so pretty and so elegant, and yeah, always and forever. So that is basically the last photo that I saved in the journal here. There were a few more, but I thought, let's keep it cute at just like a couple, 3 spreads. I think that's enough. But I want to continue this memory section now with, the housewarming party, the photos I got from there. And there was also another thing that happened on that day that I thought was cute that I also want to add photos of. I also want to add photos of the new place that she's at. So similar to the Evergreen Harbor apartment, I also want to kind of document that and be creative with that. So I'm going to show you how I do that then. Another section I have in the journal is our looks section. So I could name these any way I'd like. I could add any content I would like to these different sections, but in this case, I want to collect her looks. So if I continue, we can see here just a collection of different looks she's had as a young adult, because she's currently a young adult, and I just tag them with whatever outfit category they corresponded to. So I think this is just a super cute way, also super easy way. You just basically take a screenshot in CAS and you can plop that into Canva. And if you have the pro version, then you can also remove the background, but there's also software online that you can use for free to remove the background, so it's not even a biggie. But you can remove the background and you just pop your sim in there, add the little tag, and then there you go. You have a collection of their looks that you can look back on, because we do spend usually quite a lot of time in CAS, and it's a shame if you don't save all that creativity in some way, have a way to look back on all those cool outfits that you created. And so that's why I really like this section that I created. Again, you can collect screenshots and stories any way you like in Canva, but this is how I kind of do it. And then if we continue, so that was the only page of looks I've had collected so far. Then we have another couple of sections that I haven't used so far. So you'll see when I open up Canva in the normal view, I can actually add spreads before and after these dividers. And you can see when I click on a tab, it automatically brings me to the next divider, so to the next section. And that's why I think is really neat. So it makes it really feel like I'm in a binder. And so I'll close out. And so when I exit out of that presenter view, this is what it looks like in Canva. We have our little options here to add a template, elements, text. Those are basically the main things I use. Of course, uploads as well, though I'm just drag and drop the images in here. And so I think I'm gonna start with her profile page, actually. I want to add a little check mark or check box, check mark. Yeah, I think I wanna add, but with a square. Let's see if I can find like something like this. I think is really cute because she has achieved her dream of opening up her salon. So I'll just, well, it's officially gonna be opened up on Monday and it's Sunday right now in the game. But I'm just gonna get ahead of myself and already check that off and then come up with a new dream for her. I mean, I think in her bucket list right now in Sim Guardian is to become a mom, so I think that's gonna be her next goal. But of course she wants to be successful with her salon, so opening it up isn't already, you know, checked off. We still got more to do. But let's see, I also want to head over to this page so I can update this. So on Saturday, they had a housewarming party. So I want to add a photo or two for that on this diary page. So I'm just scrolling through my screenshots folder. I'm gonna look for which photo I feel like is the most representative. Or actually, no, I know which one I chose because I chose one for the Notion cover photo, because in Notion I have for each memory you can have a cover photo, and I set one for that, and I think it was just the one where the most people were in the photo. So I'm just gonna drag and drop that in here. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller. Squish it here. I think so. I could use a frame and drop it into the frame, but I think I can do that because I don't mind if Michael is cut off. So I'll actually just, I have here in my journal kit a bunch of items collected. So the papers I made, the stickers I made, and then also some curated elements from Canva, so pro and free elements. And if I go to the frames, which are all free in Canva, I'm just gonna grab this one maybe, and then copy that, and then go over to the page where I was down here, and then pop that in there, and let's see. It does cut off quite a lot, so I think I won't take that. I think I'll just keep the photo as is, but to make it a little bit nicer, I will add a corner rounding to it. I like to do that sometimes. Make it a little bit bigger. I think I'll add some papers to it. Maybe also one of these little, I'll just copy this washi tape. This is cute. Rotate that. So anything I add to the page will automatically be above all the other things. But if I wanted to change the order in which things are, I would just open up this layers panel, which you can open up when you press CMD1, then it opens up. That's like, I think the only shortcut I really use in Canva. I love it. But as you can see, I have all these different elements here. And here's my washi tape. And here's the photo. So maybe we bring the washi tape below the text just to stay organized, and I can click out of that. Yeah, so I think that looks nice. I want to, of course, add the description that this is the moving day. Oh, you know what I think would be cute? I think I'll actually make this just itty bitty strips as the corner. I think that'll be cute. See, like this. And then move this over here. Yeah, I think that's cute. And I removed the rounding of the corners because I thought it didn't really look nice with both of this together. The tape might be a bit too big, but I'll just leave it as is for now. Then I'll copy this title, and then I'll write housewarming party. Yes, because they had a housewarming party. And I might actually look for some fun elements that might work here. Maybe it was a bit of a potluck, so that's an official event I used to make it, and somebody brought an apple pie. I might go for an apple pie. I think that could be cute. Maybe this little sticker here, this element, and I don't know. Let's look. They always have so much choice. Literally, this is why it takes me so long sometimes to do this, but it is so fun to just look through all the stickers and see what might, suit what I need best. I think I like this more, how do you say, simple illustration. I think that's cute, so I'm going to take away the other one. And we'll add this here in the corner. I think that's cute. Can maybe fill up this empty space there. And yeah, I think that's fine. I think I might scooch this over just a little bit. The pie here in the middle. That's fine. It's just the diary page, basically just for the main overview. What really is interesting is when I put things together on a memory page. And so I will basically just duplicate this spread here. And then I will, again, go to my layers and I will delete all of this because, of course, I want to start new. Oh, actually, I'll undo that. I want to keep the these things here. So I will just delete this way. And you might notice there are some locked elements here. Those are basically the tabs that I created so that I don't accidentally move any of those, because of course I want that element to always stay on the actual tab. They're not really useful when I'm in this editing mode, but when I'm in the presenter mode, I can then use them to navigate through the journal. But here I have my little group of picture corners. I might have to adjust them based on the screenshots I created because they might sometimes have different resolutions, like sizes, and I might just have to move them around a bit, but that's fine. So on that day, we have Michael playing basketball alone in the back alley. I really like that moment because, for one, I got some really gorgeous shots from it, and second, I felt like that was a moment when I was playing, I really felt like it helped me get to know him better, or it confirmed kind of how I knew about him, because he could have played basketball out in the front where the big basketball court was, because they live in San Myshuno, so you know you have that basketball court. But he's an introvert, and so he chose to play in the back, and I thought that just fit his personality. And I just imagined him reflecting on his life with Ida. You know, they were just freshly married the day before, and I thought, okay, he's probably thinking about becoming a dad, that he wants to get fit, because obviously if you're a dad, you're running after a little kid, and you have to have that stamina, and so I just thought that was really cute. So I'm just gonna throw in some of those pictures, and you can see what I mean. So here we have a screenshot. I took a bunch of them, but I'm just gonna try to limit myself to a few. Oh, actually, I just now remembered what I need to start with is moving day. I haven't put that in here yet, but I'm just gonna put the screenshots on the page real quick, and then I already have that prepped. Maybe this one, and this one. And then I'll duplicate it again. As you can see, it has a name, so I will actually rename this to basketball for now. And then we have another page. I will call this moving to San Myshuno. Of course, I will delete everything here. I think for the moving to San Myshuno, I might use those frames again. So I'll first drag and drop the photos into the space that I want to use. So first we have here, I took a photo of their new living room with some moving boxes because I thought that'd be a nice little touch. Then I have an actual screenshot that I edited of the place where they're moved to, and I love this building. It is by Bojana Sims. It's called the Ultimate Realistic City building, I think, and I'll leave a link below in the description so you can grab it for yourself if you want, but it's so perfect for what I needed because, for one, it has a salon in the bottom, so on the first floor. It also has a photo studio, and Michael's a creative one, so I figured, okay, maybe we could combine the two. And so overall, I thought it was simpler to use the Business and Hobbies small business feature to have Ida have her own salon / photo studio / wellness area, and Michael would be an employee at her shop, and then he could basically man the photo studio and she would do the salon bit. But so here we have the shop space basically, and then here we have 2 floors of living space for Ida and Michael, so we have an apartment here, and then here we have another apartment, a spare area, gorgeous. I feel like it's even bigger than what they're living in, but I'll keep that on reserve for when Ida and Michael, they get older. They will stay living here, but their kid can then move in here so that the family stays on one lot. So I won't do a residential rental because you can't combine a residential rental with a small business. So I want the small business lot to still exist down here. At least that's the current state of things. Who knows if the kid from Ida will want to take on her business or not, and maybe I'll turn it into a residential rental, but I don't see why I would have to. I could just, you know, if the family grows too big, I can always use mods to allow me to have more than 8 Sims on the lot, but I want to keep things small anyways because I don't want to overwhelm myself. I just want to focus on growing a legacy vertically and not horizontally, if you know what I mean. I don't want to go too wide, I want to go long. So this is a space already for the future where her children can live. So I'm planning really maybe 1 kid tops, and then it can move in here. I love that idea. I'm looking forward to it. And it's kind of like motivation for me to grow my legacy with her, because then this space can be filled and I can actually have fun furnishing it and everything based on the kid's personality. And so this is where they have moved to. Then I have made a couple of screenshots as well of the living spaces, similar like I did with the Evergreen Harbor. So I'll just plop those in here. As you can see, gorgeous. I didn't change too much of, like, let's say exterior things like door colors and the stairs, the windows, all the same. What I did change was some of the colors of the wallpapers. Like, there was brick here before, but I changed the brick color. I added here and there different furniture, swapped here and there a few things out to just make it more colorful, because it did have this really cool, sleek, I think like black and white vibe, which was nice, but Ida is very colorful, so I wanted to make it colorful. And the kitchen also got a bit of a renovation. Then there was a nursery already existing in the build, and I thought, okay, how perfect, them wanting to grow a family. And all I really did change was the wallpaper. I really like this wallpaper with the dark wood. I don't think I changed any of these swatches. I think I kept it more or less as is. And then we also have their bedroom. When I just pull this in here, I might actually have to create 2 spreads from this, but that's fine. This way I already have all the photos on the page. And then we have, this is also part of the bedroom. I just think it's so nice and subtle. And then we have the space that I mentioned. This is just the bottom half of that apartment. So it has 2 floors. And never mind that bouquet right there. It's something that was on their shelf in their apartment, but I didn't have space for it. And so I didn't want to delete it either. So I just popped it into the apartment next door. But yeah, this is what we're working with. And so now I want to organize these on the page in a way that just showcases their new home and have some fun with that. So I already feel like these few photos are probably going to be on a spread of their own. So I'll just sort them here. While I think, so I can definitely fit this on this page. Oh, I also have photos of the salon that I made. Because I renovated that. I didn't do much to the, the photo studio. It was perfect as is, and the real personality goes into the salon because that is really where Ida's heart is. But I also, so I took photos of that. Let me just bring those in. I just first maybe make these smaller so I can keep an overview. Oh, so gorgeous. I think I'll have the, so I think I'll already duplicate this page, remove all these photos, and then I'll add the salon pictures to this one here, to this spread. So many photos, oh my gosh. It's really hard to decide which ones I want to put in, but I think I'll put this one in. I think it's really cute. And it took me forever to figure out what wallpaper and flooring I wanted to use. So I'm really happy with the color scheme. I really like that dark green, blue-green, but I just, for the life of me, did not know what I wanted to do with the walls and the flooring. But then I found a photo by Gabrielle Sims on Twitter that I thought just is perfect. She also built her own salon, and I really loved the way she used brick and stone tiling for her flooring and her walls. So let me just drop that in here so you can see what I mean. And isn't that just gorgeous? I mean, obviously the lighting is stunning. I think it must be morning or something, maybe, the way the lights come in there, but it's gorgeous. But I really love this brick here that she used, and I like the flooring. I'm not sure if this is a modded CC flooring. I think I recognize the brick wall. Again, I don't know if that brick wall is modded or not because I have a lot of mods in my game. So this could be CC that I also have. but I think I know where to find this if I don't have it, and I just really love this. So I want to see if I can potentially get these in colors that would match the scheme I'm going for, because I really love this little flower thing I've got going here. So yeah, I'm just gonna see, and I just really like that texture. That was kind of what I was already going for with this floor here. As you can see, this is also like stone tiling, but it's a bit too big, the tiling, but I swear I spent so long on this salon here, and I couldn't, like, I eventually thought, okay, you have to like give up now. And I used chairs that I don't know actually if it matters, because this is also a really cute chair. I might actually swap that out. But I really think it's so cool. There is this mod called Sheer Brilliance, and that's just the thing. I don't know if it's compatible with CC chairs, but it lets you actually have a working salon. And so I think that is just great with these chairs, but this one is also quite cute. So Ida might be doing some last minute renovations based on what she'd be seeing in these other people's salons. Who knows? But we'll see. But there also is another photo that I thought was really neat. Another Reno from Ashley Plays. And so let me just drag that into here. And so she was renovating in her latest video. I'll also link that below. So the latest video at the time of me recording this, it's called Day in the Life of a Dancer Part 1. But she has an interior designer that was doing a renovation for a family, and she added these lamps to the walls, and I just thought that was just so gorgeous. I really love these lamps. I don't know if they'd work in this room, but I'm gonna try. So I took note of that I also might want to change out the lamp size, because these look a bit puny, don't you think? In the space, I don't think they really work. So I might change that out. And yeah, so this must be part of the game. It's not CC, because I'm pretty sure Ashley said when she was starting the Reno that she only wanted to use game items, so items from the game. So I have virtually almost every pack, so I should have these as well. So I'm looking forward to trying out these lamps. And so yeah, again, there might be some last minute renovations, but let me go gather the photos that I do have of the lot. So we also have a lovely area with a massage chair. And let me add a few photos from the studio, the photo studio. Maybe this one here, and then this one here. Yeah, it's cute. So I think that's enough there. And what I also have, because I had a little bit of fun with this, I mocked up a little bit of a brochure for her studio. So it's going to be called Calm Studio. And so I think I'm going to add that as well. So I'm just going to copy this. So I'm just going to add it real quick here. We're going to make it smaller. I'm also going to group it. And then put it here in the corner or something like that for now, for when I design all of this. So if I scroll here, what do we got so far? We've got Moving to San Myshuno Part 1, Part 2, which is basically the Calm Studio. I think I will call it that, Calm Studio. Oh, and then of course we have the housewarming party that we also wanted to create spreads for. Oh, so let me grab those photos. So first we have Michael cooking up a storm. So he has a really advanced cooking skill, but he wanted to make salmon bagels, but where he made them is quite questionable. So let me grab one of the screenshots. Let's see, this one's nice. As you can see, for some reason he thought it would be best to go and do all this work in the bathroom. So I like to call these bagels bathroom bagels. They're not actual like normal bagels, but everybody loved them nonetheless. Then I have Ida's outfit, which I didn't take a picture in cast, so I don't know if I'm gonna add this to her looks collection. I might take a moment to grab a screenshot of this in cast where I have better lighting, but I just think it's a really cute outfit, so I'm popping that in here. And then a couple of screenshots from the actual party, so I will grab this one. So everyone, as I said, enjoying the bathroom bagels. They're really liking the new space. Then we have Estefani and Macy, so also another one that we met in Ciudad Enamorada. And we have the two hugging, which of course something I have to keep. And then something really special happened, so I didn't even control this, but let me bring you the photo first so that you can see what's happening. So on her own, Verona went into the nursery and she had like a little moment there. And so I like to imagine that she was looking forward to having a grandkid. And then I had, well, actually I don't remember if I sent Ida to go in and talk to her. I don't know about that anymore, but she did go in and hug her for sure. I think she followed her in and then I had her give her a hug. So I thought that was a really special moment. And then we have more photos of the people in the living room just having drinks. So we had some Chardonnay and I thought it was fun. This dude here, his name is Decker. I might actually rename him because I think that is a name that I kind of, it doesn't roll off the tongue well for me, but he was looking at photos of Ida with her mom and from her vacation. I thought that was really cute of him looking at those photos. And then we have this photo here. So the one I used for the diary, I'll drag that in here because here you see like the most hustle and bustle, which I like. As you can see, I took a lot of photos. And then we have Michael also in the nursery. I didn't tell him to go there. He just went there on his own. So I just think he's really, really looking forward to being a dad. And I really, really look forward to it as well. But it's just nice to see that the Sims themselves are also maybe looking forward to it. And then I have another photo of Ida eating. I'm not sure what this is. I think this is from the potluck. Somebody brought something. I think this might be a brownie or something. But it looks good. I have so many photos. I really need to make a decision here because I'd have to organize all these, but I can just have a bunch of photos on one page. I mean, it's my journal, so I can decide. But we also have here Augustina, which is another friend that we met in Ciudad Enamorado, flirting with Decker. We have a photo of Ida just being gorgeous. I just think she's so gorgeous. And here's another one, because why not? I spent time on that outfit, and so we're gonna let it have its moment. And then we have Ida cheering to everyone. We have a lovely photo of her mom and dad smooching. I thought that was so sweet. We also have a photo of her chatting with her dad, and that's that. So those are all of the photos I collected. Let me just select all of them, make them smaller. This is a bit overwhelming. I think I'm gonna start with this one here because that was just crazy. So I'm just gonna start with this spread and have the photos up here are just gorgeous. I love this new space that they're living in. And I think this here I'm going to reserve for a different page. I'm just gonna throw it here real quick for now and move it here. And what do we have here? We have the living room in two ways, so I think this is really cute. You make them a little bit smaller, they fit on the page better. I like having this photo be large because there's, you know, a little bit going on there, and so I don't want to make that too small. But everything else I think I can make just a little bit smaller. Actually, you know what? I think, because I was making them a little bit diagonal to make them look a bit, how do you say, organic, like actual photos on a page, but I think I might do it this way, where I have like 4 pictures under that main picture. I'll see how that fits, because I think that looks fine. And then maybe the kitchen here as well. Oh, I want to see if I can get them to be the same size. I'm a bit anal with that, so. And then we can put the one with the boxes. Now the thing is, I don't even know if I took them all at the same resolution, because sometimes, you know, if you make your screen smaller, if you like in windowed mode, then not every photo is going to be the same size. As you can see here, I think that's the case, but I think this is close enough. And I think I'll scooch these down. And then I have space to add something written here, and then I'll move on with the bedroom. So I might keep the size the same, so I will just line that up with the previous photo just to see how it snaps with the size as I resize it. And so I like to use previous photos as kind of like a template, a guideline, and then I can add them to this page. So yeah, I might actually add them at the same height as the photo was on this side. And then we have the nursery, which we only have one photo of, but it's so pretty, so cute. So I'll make it maybe big. It's nice, you know, to have like varying degrees of size on a page. just see if I can make that spacing similar. So I like that. And what else did I have? Maybe I can grab that photo I just threw over there and put it over here like that. So I like to like organize the things on the page first, and then I like to add embellishments, decorations, washi tapes, and then I like to add text. So that's kind of my pathway. So first, as you can see, I photo dump on a page, then I resize things, and then I reorganize them. I resize them again, depending on, the layout and all that stuff. This would be the time also, if I wanted to, I would grab frames from that slide I just now showed you and then pop a photo into there if I wanted to. And then that would be me basically setting up the baseline of the spread, and then I continue with the embellishments like the elements here and the text. But I'm going to continue first with each spread, giving them, like ordering the different photos. And so I'll go to Comp Studio. And what will be the first photo? I think the large one should be this photo. Oh wait, actually, it's probably easiest if I highlight all of these and shrink them. And this I can actually delete because that was on the other page. And so here's the photo studio. It can be on this side. And okay, perfect. It's only so many photos anyways. And so, oh, this looks cool. I might have this like overlap. We'll see. And then I guess I can afford to make these a bit bigger. Let's see, are they all the same size? They are. So if I select them all, again, just make them all bigger at the same time. I think I like that. So I think I'll have this here. And then I'll just line these up more or less, kind of like that. There we go. Oh, I see here there's more space down here than there is up here. I might like that. I might add more text down here. We'll see. And then I definitely have to do something about this. I think I'll do that already because it's kind of irking me. So I'm going to get a rectangle. Let's see how I'm going to do this. I'll make the rectangle have some corner rounding. And then I'll give it a color. Maybe a gray. Let's see, because what I want to do is I want to, so we have to bring this above the rectangle, and I think like I want to add transparency to this here, to the thing, and then put this on top. I don't even know if that works, but we'll see. And I can also tidy this up so that it's like perfectly aligned to each other. How does that work? Oh, it doesn't work because, oh no, it does. It does. There we go. But it's not, no, I want it, oh, tie it up in relation to the logo. But that's fine. This is good enough. And then, I don't know though. Yeah, no, the gray box is not working. It'd be better if Calm Studio were white. I think I'll just change the font color to white. Change that icon to white. And now I can use it as like a little stamp, so to say, at the corner of each photo. But maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah, so it's not so overbearing. And then just copy that. And add it to every photo. There we go. Cute. I love it. So that's the base spread there. Moving on to microplane some b-balls. So I'm just going to, again, make all the photos equally small. We got 4 of them, so we can again have 2 on each page. Yeah, that looks good, but they need to be a bit smaller. I think that works. I might use these photo corners for this. I'll see. Then moving on, we can actually rename this to Housewarming Party because this is that spread we duplicated. So Housewarming Party. I just remembered I'm gonna also want to add dates. So this is something I need to remember. How can I remind myself? I think I'll just grab this date here, slap it on here so I don't forget. And then back to the housewarming party. This is going to be a ton of work because we have a ton of photos. So we have to decide on which spread we want to put which photos first. I think that's like number one. And like these were the later photos I know that happened, and then this was the beginning. Let's see. These sentimental moments. Oh, let's do this. Oh, that definitely is at the beginning. Bathroom bagels. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to delete these photos because I consider these are going to be on this one, and then we can delete them this side. And now I have to make some decisions because this is quite a lot of photos. I think I might have the sentimental ones have their own page because they really tell a story. And then the other ones are, I mean, this one certainly tells a story, bathroom bagels. And I do that actually. I'll have where everyone's eating a bagel. So this one for sure. Then we have, well, I guess theoretically in every picture people are eating a bagel. But this is really fun. So I see here we have also somebody eating a bagel. So we'll have the breakfast bagel spread here where we comment on that. Then here I think I'll have those precious moments, you know, maybe just general precious moments. So some reminiscing, some hugs and all that. And then where am I going to put Ida in her stylish outfit? I might grab that and go to the lookbook. I'll duplicate that page. I will delete all of the outfits. Then I will pop this in here. I will remove the background, and this will just be a placeholder until I make a better photo, I think. Oh my god, yes, this will definitely have to be a placeholder because this is not looking good. But I can make some quick edits to make it maybe not so dark, because this is like really dark. It was a cloudy day. You know what? Actually, but I do prefer her smiling in cast. So, but yeah, I think this is about as good as it's gonna get. I can also crop it so that these edges here go away. So yeah, this is fine. I think this was an everyday look, so that's fine to keep the little sticker there. Maybe put it a little bit higher. There we go. So that is documented for time. And so I can delete it here. So this is roughly how I want. This is going to be the bathroom bagel page, the sentimental page where we're reminiscing and stuff like that. And just, you know, being wholesome and hugging and stuff. And then we have the last spread where she's toasting to everyone. Maybe just a spread all about her. And then we have some of the party guests. So yeah, I think this one I'll just end with her. And then we'll have this one be a bit of the party guests interacting. This one is particularly fun because this is the one of those two flirting. And so this might already be like some foreshadowing of a potential romance that could be budding. And so I'd like to document that, because if that ends up being something, or, you know, I actually roll with it, because this is where NPCs, I didn't control what they were doing. And so it would be fun to maybe dig into Augustina, because I actually don't really know much about her. I like to collect core details about the Sims I play with in my save file, but she's like definitely like a, how would you say, priority D kind of Sim. I don't really know anything about her except for that she's a friend of Ida's and she's not one of her close friends. But I always love a good love story, so I think I'll be exploring that some more, and them having that little interaction at the housewarming party inspired me to do so. So hey, if anybody was wondering, that is an example of how The Sims 4 can inspire your gameplay. I know The Sims 3 did it better, but it doesn't mean The Sims 4 doesn't do a good job as well. We love them both. So this is the spread of like some happenings at the party, and then Ida just being cute and gorgeous. So I think I might have her toasting to everyone be big at the top here, and then I'll have these little photos here. Yeah, so I think that's how I'm gonna do it. And so going back here now, again, the hard part, we have figured out all these photos on which pages they're gonna be, on which spreads. Now I actually have to order them better, maybe add photo frames, maybe use these corners. Let's see, I think these photos lend themselves well to Polaroids. So I'll delete this here, and I'll go and see if I can find a Polaroid or something that would be cute. So we have this, Might grab, can I grab all three? Yeah, so I'll grab those because I like the size, I like the rectangular. I think that might be good for these photos since they are a bit longer, like, wider. They're not actual squares. So so let's see. I'm thinking this might be good for that one, and when I click into it but I need the bagel to be the star, so I don't know if that's gonna work. But I can right click and I can detach image, so I'm not a fan of that, at least for this case, because we need bagel to be front and center. I'm just going to duplicate this. I'm going to pop this in there, and yeah, that looks good. I like that. I don't like the fact though that the Polaroid blends really well with the paper though, so you can hardly see the difference. So I think again I'm not happy with that. And so this is basically my thought process when I'm working here. I'm just like looking at what works and what doesn't. Let's see. Okay, the Polaroid works, and actually the Polaroid will give us also a lot of space because it just makes everything be square. So we can have him doing his breakfast bagel shenanigans. And again, the breakfast bagel is what needs to be the star here. So that's Verona. And if we duplicate this, let's see if we can fit them both. It works perfect. Okay, here nobody's actually eating the bagel, but I think I might have, I think it could be cute to put this photo be a bit bigger because it kind of like is the vibe of the event. I don't know, because I kind of want it to be consistent with the Polaroids. I'm liking the Polaroids, but both of these are wide shots. Let me go check, or I can also just search under frames. Rectangle. Rectangle frame. Let's see, but I want like a picture-y frame, so not necessarily a flat-out frame, but one with, borders and stuff that make it look like a picture. But it needs to be wide. Let's see if we can find anything that looks good. Quite a lot of choice for sure. This is why I curated the elements for my journal kit, because ain't nobody got time to search through all these damn elements. So I basically collected some of the best ones. Let me see. Actually, let's just go back there and see if we can find anything. This one's nice. This torn paper look. Let's just grab that. Let's pop that in there. See if it makes any difference. Kind of does. It definitely, stands out better against the background, so we'll roll with that. And I think I'll have the picture there. That way I have everybody somewhat in the frame. But yeah, I think this is cute. So these are the larger photos, so I think I might have these. Oh yeah, well, I have to have this one at the front because the evening started with him doing that. Oh, and that reminds me, the basketball stuff. Where's the basketball one? Oh yeah, that comes before. Okay, that's good. Just that the timing is correct, exactly moving and all that stuff. Okay. So let's see. I think I might have the bigger photos be like this, so I have some balance on the page. Yeah, I like that. I like that. I think that works just fine. Okay. And I also, to make the pages and the photos feel a little bit more dynamic, I like to rotate them ever so slightly on the page. Just, you know, add a little bit of fun so it's not so rigid, especially if you're working with Polaroids. Usually people aren't super orderly with the way they put Polaroids on a page. So I just want to give it that fun vibe. And yeah, twist and turn them a little bit to make it more fun. Sometimes I find it hard though I can overlap these. Oh, that's a good idea. Sometimes I find it hard to find a layout that I like. That's why I created like pre-made layouts in my journal kit. But still, sometimes you just want something unique to the situation and something you made yourself. But this is fun. I think this is working, and I think I want this to overlap that photo. Bath and bagels. So I want this part of the Polaroid to be free so I can actually add text there to describe the bathroom bagel situation. So I'll leave that, and I think I might make Estefani a bit bigger because she's gorgeous. And I think now I'm happy. I might make slight changes, but I can this also leaves me space for some little embellishments. And so onto this side, I think I'll take the same frame just to keep things consistent, and I will copy paste and just drag and drop all the photos in there in the frame so that we have kind of the same look going on. I mentioned beforehand that I really want to use that those photo corners, but when you have so many photos on a page, I mean, I don't want to have like a gazillion spreads. At some point, I feel like you just have to say no to the photo corners, because I think those look best when you have only a few photos on the page. So, okay, so this one should actually be down here because that came after. So yeah, I think this looks really cute, and I have enough space to add commentary here and there if I want to, or little stickers. So I think that's good for now. And moving on, I think I'll actually just copy this, paste. I think I'm digging this little paper thing. So I think I'm gonna keep that as my little frame. Or actually, no, I like it. I was thinking about using the photo corners because I just now realized I don't have that many photos on the page. But I think I'll leave it. I think I like this. I like the look, especially when they're overlapping. I really like the look of these this particular frame. So I will keep that. And I will just, did that work out? No. I will just organize my photos with that. So I think that was all of them. So going back here now, I can start actually ordering things. And I mean, here I didn't use frames. I think for here I'm going to use the photo corners. I think this is a great opportunity for photo corners. So yeah, I have photo corners selected from that other spread. Oh, I almost forgot about Michael here. That was the first one. Moving, then calm student and basketball. So indeed, we need to bring the photo corners in here. And first we need to make them fit this photo, and they kind of already do. Perfect. And then we need to make them fit this photo, and they do. Perfect. And let's see, I might have to ungroup them and make them fit for these, but it's looking like they fit. Oh, that is swell. So I basically just have to make multiple copies and then put them where I need them to be. Oh, I see already here this isn't completely aligned. So, okay, that's better. And then copy it. Oh, not the picture. I want to copy the corners. Oh, that looks good. Perfect. Really happy with that. And then, I think actually looking at this, I think I want this to be slightly lower. And now, I think I also want, but no, I wanted it to be aligned with that. Well, we'll see what it looks like. I might want that to be lower though. So I'll pop these on. A little bit bigger. Cute. And then on this photo, I also really like these corners because they leave a lot of the photo intact. So you're not cutting off too much of what's happening in the photo, and I really like that. So I really like working with the photo corners. I guess it does kind of look funky having different sized photo corners, but I think it's okay. It doesn't bother me too much. So let me match them here. Oh, perfect. So easy. And then I just align that, and I think I'll add like some text here. Yeah, so I think, let me just review. I think I need to also add photo corners here and to the basketball completely. But then I think we're done with the main layout. Gorgeous. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then last but not least, we need to add photo corners to these photos where our lovely Michael is playing some basketball. Looks good. Okay, I'm happy with that. So now I can actually start adding details. And we have our little reminder here to add a date. So that's important. And I'll also copy real quick the titles I've been using. So I really like this cute font. So I'll just use that again. Moving to San Myshuno. I think I'll have this be maybe in the center here. I think that looks good. And then I think I'll move these guys a little bit lower. And that gives this title breathing room, but it also lets me add the date. So this was day 27 of spring. Okay. Let's make this a little bit more center. Maybe separate these two a little bit, and I think that looks good. And we already have some indicators here about what's what, so that's fine. And then use this text, copy it over. I think I want to use a little arrow because I want to point to this here and say a little bit something there. So I'm gonna go to graphics. Let me get this one maybe. I can flip it. Let's see, I think flip it like that. And make it smaller. And then whatever I write there can refer basically to this photo. And I'll just say space for, because I like to write from the perspective of Ida, so I'll write space for the next generation. I'll just say it that way, for the next generation. And I might make it bigger since we have the space, and I like it like that. Space for the next generation. I think because we have so much space, I might actually add that here, make it smaller, and then have another text here maybe. for our, or I'll just say growing our family or something about, I'll just add some random letters so I don't forget, but then I want to add the arrow here. That's cute. Future baby's nursery. Or I'll just say our baby's nursery. Makes it a bit more personal. And I think the spacing should be a bit closer between that, so I will edit the line spacing. And then so just little tweaks here and there that you can do. And yeah, I think that looks fine. It looks clean. I might make the arrows a bit smaller. It's just small detail. I think that is already it for the moving to San Myshuno here, that page. And then we can move on. So we have Calm Studio. I mean, it kind of already says everything. It says Calm Studio here, but I will also grab this text and I'll maybe add some more descriptive text in the bottom. Where's the text? Did I copy it? I did not. Let's go grab that, copy it, and paste. And so I can add a little note that Ida might be writing here. So let's see. So proud to finally have my own studio. I can't wait to open its doors and welcome everyone into this beautiful space. And let's just make that a bit longer. Maybe like this. Like this. Because I just imagined this handwritten note that she wrote in here. And then here we'll see Michael, my rock, is looking forward to, or I would say, she could say, I can't wait for Michael to, basically to use his photography skills to help, or to take beautiful photos of people that live around there. But does that sound corny? I'm kind of thinking on the spot here. I can't wait for Michael to, because he's a bit of a hermit. Maybe to get out of his shell and be amongst people, because he will be if he's doing a photo studio. He still gets to hide behind the camera a little bit, but he does, he's going to be amongst people. So maybe I can't wait for Michael to get a little out of his shell and help me manage the business. He is so creative. Okay, I like that. And I want, see how that snaps to be aligned? I like that. Okay. But I notice, I think I might want these to be slightly... Okay, that's fine. Maybe I'll make this higher. Okay, I like that. I like the spacing. And so I can move on. I'll actually copy this text. Yes, we have him playing basketball. I think I might do what I did last time with these photos. I think I might add a little note. I think that would be cute. Just to give a little hint at what's going on. So I'll just copy what I already created. Then I'll jump over here. There we go. But before I work with that, I want to make sure that these photos are the way I'd like them to be. So first I'm gonna group the photos with their little corners. Then I'm going to see if I can line them up to look nice. I like that. Okay, so we will flip this and then maybe put it here. Thinking about becoming a dad, because that's what he was thinking about in that moment. But I don't know if I want it to be circular like that. I think that's an effect, yeah. So I can take away that effect, and I think I want it to be like this, thinking about becoming a dad. I think that's cute. Okay, I think that's cute. Oh, but didn't I tell myself to add dates and stuff like that? How have I been doing that? Here we have day 27. Okay, moving to San Myshuno. And then this, but then we have a new day. So I need to, so this is day 28. I'll make this left day 28. So that looks fine. Maybe scooch this over a little bit. Yeah, so we have a date. We'll say Michael playing basketball at home. I'd rather have them be on one line though. Yeah, I like that. Perfect. And then, so we've got the moving photos, the studio, and then we have the basketball. Let me copy this. And then we've got the housewarming party. So we need, I think, a title for this one. I think that would be good. And I'll also add that text real quick so we have that, but I'll also add the title. So I'll go run back over here, copy that header, and then I can paste it in here. And I'll say housewarming party. And then scooch some photos down here and there so that I can have space to add when things happened. So I'll make that center again. It doesn't have to be that long. And then we want to align it with the house party. So, okay, I think that looks good. And now I can focus on reordering the photos a little bit. Oh yes, I remember. I wanted to comment Michael making bagels for the party. I can't see the text. So right here for the party in the bathroom. So, and then I will maybe make, oh yeah, so the dot doesn't really, with this font, it's not too clear, but I'll just leave it then. Okay, but I will make this a bit shorter, and then I will also add it to the photo as if Ida wrote on the photo, and I'll also change the line spacing here again. Yeah, very cute. And then I'll write something about like they were a hit though, like maybe because here I have space. So the bathroom bagels were a hit though. And I think I'll grab real quick an emoji, like a little ooh, 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 ooh emoji. I love that emoji. Like a cheeky little giggle. So there we go. Everybody loved them. Secret to his success is he cooked it in the bathroom. So I like that, and I'm just going to again move the photos a little bit here and there. I don't like this empty space, but we'll fix that when we add embellishments. And then here we have all those little sweet photos of reminiscing, and so we can add some commentary. So I'm just gonna copy paste this here and there. Let's see, what could I write? I have the best friends. They are all so supportive. So yeah, I guess that checks out because we have Estefani's there, Decker, who actually just happened to be in her relationship panel. So I invited him because I didn't want them to have like 3 people at the party, because honestly Estefani is her best friend, and then there's Malik, who she's close with, and that's it really. Of course Michael is in the picture, but apart from that she would have been able to invite her mom and dad and not much else. Decker looks like he's supportive, looks like he's happy for her. They are also supportive and happy for me, I think, all right, and happy for us. Yeah, for us, because Michael's also here. And then got emotional when she saw the nursery. She can't wait to be a grandma. I think I'd like to add a little heart emoji there. Or no, I think I might do that with an element and make it a little hand-drawn maybe. I think that'd be cute. Oh, and I like to use that little arrow thing I was working with beforehand. Where was that? Here. Because I want to maybe add also something about Michael also being, you know, happy and looking forward. So I don't know if I have space for that though. Let's see. I might. We do. We can make it work. We can always make it work. So let's see. I'll need to flip this, I think. Then rotate. Perfect. And we're right. For this one, Michael. Well, we already said she can't wait to be a grandma, so I can't say Michael can't wait to be dad. That's two can'ts back to back. Maybe I'll take with it. I don't have to be super creative all the time. Michael can't wait to be a dad. He's made for it. She can write because that's Ida's opinion. You know that meme? That's my opinion. That's her opinion. That Michael would be a great dad. So that's good. It's clear. Those are two different texts pointing at two different photos. I love. So moving on. Again, like I said, photos dumped on the spread, photos organized on the spread with maybe some frames, and then we add text, and then I'll do the embellishments. But for now, sticking to adding text to the photos. And so we're almost done with that though. We've got this. Yeah, and then we can start doing the fun stuff, which is adding stickers, which doesn't take a lot of creative energy. So here we have mom and dad having a sentimental moment. We're having a smooch, having a little smooch, little smoocheroo. Maybe I can make the text a bit bigger since I have more space on this page. And I think, yeah, maybe the line could be a little bit more. There we go. Mom and dad having a little smoocheroo. Maybe I can make the photos bigger as well. I mean, we have this piece. And I really like when these overlap. I think it looks super cool. So I don't mind that at all. And then we can say, Augustina seems to like Decker. I saw them flirting on the couch. Not sure if Decker was too into it though. Yeah, because I did see Decker have like a moment where, you know, when they look like a bit upset. So it's like, And actually, I don't think I like when the font is too big. So I'll change it to be that for all of them. And then dad really digs the new place. He wasn't too sure about Michael at first, maybe. At first, but he can tell that he's a stand-up guy now. Throwing a little bit of mini conflict. And then we have these two, mom and dad having a smoocheroo. There we go. And then here, cheers to all my friends and family. My friends and family. And then I'm so excited for what's to come. Or let's say, like a review of the party. This party was a hit. So much great food and great people behind me. I'm so excited for what's to come. How about that? That sounds nice. Okay, now we will start embellishing. As promised, that is the more fun bit, the more, not so creative energy robbing bit. And so now we'll add stickers. I think to this page I probably won't add too much because like it's already doing a lot, but I might add some icons here and here to like frame this title. And I might add like something related to a baby here. Let's see, I think that would be cute. Oh, this is cute, and it kind of goes with the color scheme. Oh my god, it's so cute. I love it. Yes. Oh my god. Do you see why I do this? Like, it's literally fun. Oh my god, like, I'm having the time of my life, and it's just adding so much more to the memories. So you need to get on that Canva game. Oh my god, these little stars. Oof. Oh. It totally goes with that wallpaper as well. And then maybe I can like put it to be behind these little corners. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. And then what would we do for this? Maybe moving boxes, I think would go well. But I want it to be a relatively big icon. Let's see. Moving to San Myshuno. Maybe this representing the move, and then San Myshuno is a city. So let's see if we got like some cool city related stuff that would go well. I like this, maybe. Simple and sleek. I like that. I think I like that. And I think I want to make this smaller. Same with this. I think that's cute. I think that works. So that is that spread done and dusted. And this one I think I'll leave maybe as is. It's fine. Keep it simple. Like I kept the wedding photos thing simple. You don't have to have too much going on here. And then here, I think I might get a basketball. I think that'd be cute to embellish this with. This one's funny. I'd like maybe a doodly one. I really like when they have like hand-drawn looking stuff. This one's cute, maybe. If I put in hand-drawn. I think I like this one more than the other one. Oh, oopsie. Did not want to crop it, so if I go from the corner, then, oh, I like this one. Maybe there, and maybe a hoop. Oh, perfect. But it's hard on the dark background. Let me see if I could just make it small, maybe. But I think it's cute. Yeah. No, I know it's not working. I like it. I like when the spreads sometimes just stay fresh and clean. And so I think even already this basketball is kind of a lot. But I think if I put it right here, it's fine. We'll leave it. But that's done with that spread. And so yeah, the hard part is really the photos and the text. But after that is easy breezy. And so here, housewarming parties. So we will get drinks for sure. Maybe people cheering, or this is cute. I think this works. Ideally something that's overlapping photos. I like that. Maybe give it another color. Would a blue look nice? I think I want to give it a more saturated blue. I like that. I think that's cute. And then, so keep it just simple, right? Doesn't have to be too in your face. Here, maybe a heart. I think that would be cute. Hand-drawn heart. Because that's the sentimental side. So let's see. Maybe this. I love how with Canva, you can edit a lot of the elements, so you don't have to keep the colors and stuff like that. Like you can change that to be anything you like. I think I like that. This is cute, but is it too much? I'm wondering if I should go a little bit more subtle. I think I will. Maybe. Not too subtle. Yeah, I think that's fine because I don't want it to distract from everything else. Yeah, I think that looks cute. And then moving on, that's the only thing about Canva. They should make it more like obvious which page you have currently selected, because it's like barely highlighted, if you can see that. But now I know I can move on to this one. Oh, this one I definitely wanted a heart. Oh, this watercolor heart might be cute for mom and dad doing a little smoocheroo. I think that's cute. Like maybe just below. I think that's adorable. But I might want to do a different color. I don't know. I think maybe an actual red would be nice. Or pink. That is cute. That's fine. And then here, maybe something that looks like confetti or glitter or something, because it was a hit, right? So I want to kind of represent that. Oh, I love these garlands here. But let's see. I think, don't know. Maybe this little guy. Maybe we can also have it be beneath like that. Just a little subtle. Maybe make them both a little bit lower. And that's that. Like, we don't have to, you know. Oh, cheers maybe. Oh, that's cute. We can just add that sticker real quick here. Cheers to my friends and family. Maybe here. Yeah, that's cute. So when I make this larger, I have to just be careful that it doesn't automatically go into the frame. But I like when things are like kind of on the edge like that. I like that. That's cute. Okay, so I think I'm happy with these spreads. I mean, that's the beauty of Canva also. If at some point I flip through these and I'm like, oh, that's actually really ugly, I can always change it. Like, for example, here I just now realized I think I want the line spacing to be a bit more spacious. And I can do that. Then I can just do that change. Nothing's set in stone. I can always change my mind. But for now, I think I'm happy. And so that is how I fill the spreads. And now moving forward, I can also go back to our diary, because we do have a few things in mind that we want to do upcoming. So I can actually create a new one of these. I will duplicate that. I will change it to I think we're in week 1 of summer now, actually. Week 1 of summer. And what I want to do is we have plans. So we're opening up the Calm Studio here. So it's day 1 now. So I can just change this real quick. Day 2. I know we have day 3. And I know on the Thursday we have a barbecue. So Tuesday, Wednesday, day 4. And also, like you saw, I had Tuesday and I had Thursday. I don't have to always have a day here. You know, sometimes nothing special happens on a certain day, and so I just leave it empty. But here I'm just assuming that something special is going to happen every day. And so I'll add a day for every day, or at least until Friday. Day 6. And then, so I know that Thursday is family BBQ or cookout, and so I'll delete all this other stuff. And I also know on Monday is when she opens up her Calm Studio. So what I'll do is I'll real quick grab that logo again, and I'll remove this and I'll paste it in here, and I will put that in here, maybe just in big. And I will, maybe here is perfect actually, because, you know, these little celebratory things, maybe like a garland would be nice. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. We'll call it opening day or something like that. Opening day. Yay, lovely. Oh, love it. So cute. And so yeah, that's what we can look forward to. So our plans moving forward. So I don't like to be too rigid with my plans. We're gonna try to get preggers because Ida wants to be a mom. We're going to open Calm Studio on Monday. We have a family barbecue on Thursday. And yeah, so far apart from that, not much or too much planned. And I'm so excited to finally continue Ida's story and not just stay stuck in procrastination mode and perfection mode and planning mode, but to mix in some play into all of that as well. I know it can be hard when you really love a sim to let go and actually imagine if you press play, they just won't be there for forever if you actually press play and let them evolve and move on with their life. So yeah, I'm just trying to have fun, because the thing is, if I don't let my sim live, then I'm just living in the fantasy of her potential, and that's what's the point in that. So I want to actually have fun with Ida and play through her life and all the different things she'll experience, and that means I have to press play. Of course, I know it's easier said than done, so if you need a little help with that in the whole how to change your mindset department, check out the video on the screen where I talk about ways I've learned and managed to let go and to actually enjoy the game, even though I know that, my sim won't be here forever, how I've learned to accept that. So if you've been having struggles with that as well, I definitely recommend that video.